Ladies and gentlemen, it started here against the Kings on December 10th, 1996. His first game in Sacramento. 18 years old. He's played 33 games in this building, 8 of them playoff games as part of one of the NBA's most heated rivalries over the last 2 decades. Over his 20 years playing in Sacramento, he's heard cheers, jeers, and a lot of cowbells from Kings fans. Fans that always respected his intensity and commitment to the game. A 6'6" guard from Lower Marion High School leaves the game as one of the greatest to ever play. Number 24, Kobe Bryant.
That was Kobe's last game in Sacramento 4 years ago in the Kings Old Arena. An amazing intro. For more on tonight, let's go out to the Golden One Center. Lakers reporter Mike Trudell is there. Mike?
Hey guys, one of the moments that stood out to me post-game from everybody sharing all of their Kobe stories and memories was LeBron James talking about Kobe making that transition from this obsessed, amazing top athlete in the world to then putting so much into his family and his daughters, and just kind of the impact that that has on LeBron, who of course in his own right has put all of these years, all this time into becoming a great player and is also trying to be a great dad at the same time. So we're going to start with hearing from LeBron there, and then AD sharing a Kobe story as well.
These last 3 years, out of all the success he had, 5 rings, multiple MVPs, an all-star game MVP of his league, first team, everything, all life, all world, all basketball. It felt like these last 3 years was the happiest I ever seen him. I think we all can say that. Like the happiest I've ever seen him. You know, being able to just be with his daughters, be with his family, just, you know, because when we play in this game of basketball, we give so much to it, you know, and this is my 17th year, so I know we give so much to it where, unfortunately, your family, you know, comes to the wayside at times, you know, because when you want to be great at something and you want to be the best at something, you become so driven that you won't let nothing stand in the way of it. Not even your own family sometimes. And we get compared all the time to greatness. You know, we get compared all the time to greatness. And that makes us even more driven and even more shadowed away from our own family.
The memory that I always, you know, have is my time with him in the Olympics. First time I met him. And I never forget, we were playing Nigeria, and Brian probably remember, I think we were winning by like 60 or something like that. And I finally got my chance to go in the game. And I was just so happy to be around all these guys, you know, all these future Hall of Famers, and I forgot to put my jersey on for the game. And so when Coach K called me to get in the game, I'm going up to the table and I'm about to take my warm-up shirt off. And I look down and there's just a white T-shirt underneath. And so I kind of creep back to the bench, and Coach K asked me, like, what are you doing? And I kind of whispered to him because I didn't want these guys to hear me. You know, I forgot my jersey, and I go sit down. And Kobe got on me, like, I can't say what he said, but, you know, basically, like, why you not going to the game? This your chance. And I was like, man, I don't got my jersey on. And it's a picture where he's, like, kind of looking into my warm-up. And he said some more things after that. And I was like, so now before every game, I kind of just check to make sure I got my jersey on to this day. And so, you know, he taught me how to get dressed for a game.
All right, so the personal story that I always tell about Kobe, I'll do a 4-second version of it, but basically he was playing ping pong against him after he had rented out the whole room in Detroit for Thanksgiving. And he saw me beating Sean Williams. I jokingly talked some trash to him and said, why, you want some too? Never thinking that he would get up and play. He did. Turned out that he hadn't played much, and so I was able to win. What I don't remember for sure, but I think I was playing Jordan Farmar before I played Sean Williams. And I don't remember, like after I beat Kobe, I blacked out on the previous results, but in the back of my mind, I think Jordan might have gotten me. I don't remember. You might remember Jordan, but that's the way that it's hit to me. I beat Kobe, so I mean, whatever.
By the way, that's all you needed to do, because I heard Powell was the best that day, though.
Jordan, do you remember that? Did you beat me, Jordan?
Yeah, you blacked out, man.
Powell was the best, though. You're right. Yeah, like Powell was basically like an Olympian level ping pong player. He was phenomenal.
Actually, Luke is the best ping pong player I've ever seen, though.
Better than Powell?
They used to go at it all the time. Yeah, we had the ping pong table. They would go at Luke's house, but we had the ping pong table in the back section of our locker room at El Segundo. Yep.
That's good stuff. By the way, the long version of this story that Mike told on the radio the other day when I was driving is awesome, by the way. That is a story, Mike, that you will literally tell your kids. It's pretty rad. He said, Kobe, do you want some? Kobe's like, yeah. Mike was kind of joking, but Kobe was like, yeah, I do want some, actually.
And then I was like,
but he beat him, so he's got that. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate that.
Right.
Yeah, I was driving the other night, and I heard Mike telling that story on the radio, and it was really funny. Back to last night, LeBron, really an amazing speech. He talked about carrying on Kobe's legacy. What does that mean to you guys as former Lakers?
Well, obviously, Kobe passed the torch, and on the court, that's easily demonstrated in LeBron's game and how he's broken records and how he's continuing to do that. But I think, to carry on his legacy, a lot of things that Kobe, was doing since he retired. Telling stories. I was driving here today and I was thinking, what's going to happen to Mamba Academy? And I was thinking about all the players that realized Kobe's dream and what he was trying to do, especially with all kids, but with women, that they would, make sure that stays open. I could see, players rotating in and out of there, making sure that's done, and being a good dad, and finally knowing how to reconcile with yourself, which he's done over his career, coming in at 17, 18 years old. We saw him grow up. So I think that's the kind of legacy that I think they want to follow, is what he was about to do with young women and kids and keeping the academy open. But on the floor, his discipline, his work ethic, the way he approached the game, that's the legacy that most players will try to follow on the court.
I mean, I think it's the balance of the two. There's a lot of former athletes that do philanthropic things and give back to the community, but it's about greatness in your sport, and then at the same time being an ambassador to the game and being transcendent outside the game, to giving to the academy he started in Akron, or to him starting a show on HBO where people can have a platform to use their voice. LeBron is the perfect candidate to take the torch from Kobe, and he's already been doing it. I mean, we don't give him enough credit because he's still an active player. Yeah. He's an amazing dad. You see him celebrating at his kids' games and running on the court, and all the things that we're talking about Kobe being remembered for, LeBron is doing that as an active player, and not shy about it, not feeling sorry about missing games or traveling a long distance to support his family and things like that. So I think he's a perfect person to carry the torch.
And Brez, let's switch over to AD. You covered the Olympics in 2012 in London. You covered that team. AD was just after his freshman year of Kentucky winning a national championship. So he's the young guy on that team. And LeBron and Kobe take him under his wing. I mean, you see it to this day, LeBron's friendship with AD. Now that they're together, we see it every single night. It is a real strong bond. What was the relationship like with Kobe for AD? And what's his role in carrying on his legacy for this Lakers franchise?
Great question. It was funny covering that Olympic team. It was Kobe and LeBron and Kevin Durant and a very young but promising James Harden and Chris Paul. And then there was this 19-year-old, Anthony Davis. And after every game or practice session, I remember the media person for the U.S. Olympic team would say, okay, who wants James Harden? Reporters flock over there. Who wants to talk to Kobe? Tons of reporters on him and LeBron. And then they say, does anyone want AD? And people were like, no, we're good. He was a teenager. He was a young kid. And he once said, I talked to him a couple years later about it, what it was like playing with Kobe. And he said, he'll bring out the competitive in everybody. And he said, that was my first time meeting him. And he said, I loved every moment of it. And I know he spoke about it a little bit last night in his post-game comments, but he definitely taught AD. He gave him the template for here are the ways to become a champion. Yeah. Here are the ways to become a winner. It's just a great time for those two to get to know each other.
Yeah, and the Laker franchise in good hands with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Some more, let's send it over to Allie Clifton.
Love all the stories, guys. Of course, we cannot tell them enough. Here's a look at the Black Mamba tattoo. Actually, first, we're going to check out some social media. And we begin with Jared Dudley. Here, of course, Duds. Actually, this is one of the photos that you used, one of them, to kind of summarize last night. One of the toughest games I've ever been a part of in my career.
Great picture.
Powerful team image there. And, of course,
it's just a great time for those two to get to know each other.
Yeah, and the Laker franchise in good hands with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Some more, let's send it over to Allie Clifton.
Love all the stories, guys. Of course, we cannot tell them enough. Here's a look at the Black Mamba tattoo. Actually, first, we're going to check out some social media. And we begin with Jared Dudley. Here, of course, Duds. Actually, this is one of the photos that you used, one of them, to kind of summarize last night. One of the toughest games I've ever been a part of in my career.
Great picture.
Powerful, powerful team image there. And of course, Anthony Davis with the same. Easier to get through tough times when you have brothers like this. R.I.P. Kobe, R.I.P. Gigi. Another very powerful image that we all saw last night. This one, Vanessa Bryant. There's no number 24 without number 2. Girl, daddy, daddy's girl, my babies, our angels. Of course, those 2 numbers, a big reason as to why Quinn Cook is now wearing his new number. LeBron James with this post, in case you missed it, inside the locker room, Mamba for life. Damian Lillard with a powerful image from Staples Center last night as well. What a night, long live. Of course, rest in peace, Kobe and Gigi. I liked this one, J.R. Smith. I showed you guys right away in the newsroom. That new guy is annoying. Jordan, you talked about it too in Lake Show. He is. Probably with his daughter up there doing some trick shots.
That's so cool.
Usher, who of course started everything last night with a powerful tribute, Amazing Grace. Powerful image there. And then let's check, again, Randall Cobb, the NFL. I've never cried so much for someone I've never met. Last night with a powerful tribute, Amazing Grace. Powerful image there. And then let's check, again, Randall Cobb, the NFL. I've never cried so much for someone I've never met. Now, let's take a look at the Black Mamba tattoo that Anthony Davis got this week as well. LeBron's was out there. Here is Anthony Davis's. The Kobe logo, and of course, the Mamba tribute.
Wow, that's strong.
Very strong.
Love that.
We're getting closer to tip-off in Sacramento. LeBron James came close to a triple-double last night. 22 points, 8 boards, 10 assists. One hell of a speech. I'd give him a quadruple-double for that performance.